hello there, it's Kriint and welcome to the 8th episode of Let's Build Diagon. In this episode we're going to build the interior of two shops. I know it doesn't start but that way, but I'm promising you this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna build the interior of this ice cream shop that you're seeing me like modify a bit right here, and I'm gonna remodify it again. But that's all good, right? Hope so. And Flourish and Blotts. So we're gonna do that. This episode is mostly going to be like around it. It's 15-minute one, I think. Yep, nah, it's more than that. So yeah, that's good. It took me a while to actually do that. I was trying to go based on pictures, and it was pretty cute, like what I found out. The pictures was all from Universal. I'm not even sure if this shop if this is actually, an actual shop from Harry Potter universe, or if they just made it into Universal. Yeah, I should probably have checked that, but I think that I wasn't able to find it in Lego anywhere, so I straight up based it from Universal, and it's all like yellow and a bit old, like, this country style, and it's really nice. I don't know, I liked it when I was done with it. Sadly, the items that theoretically are for sale, which are ice cream, like in the actual shop there is ice cream, but there are the bowls and you choose the flavors and then they put it in a bowl or an ice cream cone. But I couldn't really do that here, so I decided to be like, you know what, let's just put the ice creams there. And I tried to make it, I know it looks like a display, the thing that I used, but I tried to like mimic a refrigerator, that would hold the ice creams, but it would be see-through, so people would be able to see the ice creams. I don't know. It might be a huge mistake, but I think it's kind of okay. So these ice creams are not for sale actually in the game, because you cannot sell items that are from the debug menu. So that's why I put like the two ice cream machines back there, just in case anyone wants to buy, like, actually eat ice cream. So yeah, that's one of the major problems that I see in this shop. Other than that, I really like it. I really enjoyed it. As a shop, as you see, I added the fountain of chocolate and cheese and whatever, I don't recall its actual name, and enlarged it. The animation won't play. I tested that out, but you can see actually the chocolate in there, and I think that's pretty cool. I like the idea, even the running chocolate, but I really wanted it to be bigger and smaller. I don't think it would be able to see it that well from like outside, so that's why I enlarged it. I don't know, I kind of like it, and here in the display I added ice creams, so you will know what it's on the interior. It's a pretty simple shop. We'll go back on it in a bit, because I realized that I haven't added a lot of stuff. If you actually see the pictures, there is, I guess, glasses, but fancy glasses, which I don't really know what they're supposed to sell there. So they have these little fancy glasses in like shelves on that side that I added those corner pieces, counters, not counters. I don't recall what they were. So yeah, I don't know what they were used. That's why you saw me like seeing those parts. Bottles, I guess, liquor bottles. I'm pretty sure Sims doesn't have liquor, so I don't know what this is supposed to be. So yeah, whatever. But I decided to keep it pretty simple, and this is what I did. This is on Universal. It is a corner building, and the other one next to it, it's a corner too. So we'll have two corner buildings, and I don't recall what it is. To be honest with you, I don't recall what it is, but I'm gonna do it, even if it is a stupid one, because I really like that corner thing. It keeps like a nice flow and stuff. The only problem that I had here is the fact that I realized that we won't be able to fit two side of shops. So the original plan was to like have some sort of 2 streets, but that ain't gonna happen. Basically because we ran out of space, and I tried to like look at it a lot and see what I can possibly do there. But to be honest, I don't think that I can do anything apart maybe top like earn a square, which is not gonna save us. Like here, 3 square buildings. Basically, if I remove the fake exterior buildings from the London part that we're doing, and like incorporate them on the existing buildings, which won't look this good, but we could try that, and that would like save us 2 squares. So the buildings would be like 3 squares, which is pretty small. So I decided to make like few fake buildings on the other side. I found like few buildings that are not that exciting to build. Oh yeah, in this episode I'm doing 3 soaps. Yeah, I totally forgot about this small one. I'm gonna talk about it in a bit. Basically, there were few things that were selling like, I guess you could say, second-hand soaps that you won't realize that they're second-hand, but we can easily have them and make them look a bit more scammy and old. And oh god, I hate the pop filter. Why am I keep like moving my hands? No one is seeing that. And like few other stuff, like other shops that sell second-hand like items for furniture, I guess. So we could possibly do them as fake shops that would only have like the shopping window, which is stuff that even in Universal you will see, like shops that you won't be able to walk in them. So I'm gonna do that. Now let me talk about this little thing here. Okay, originally in the previous episode I had Flourish and Blotts as a double shopping window shop. So basically, as the windows that you're seeing in your left corner of the screen, I had one similar to that. Originally it was only one, but I found a few pictures and I was like, oh, that's cool. I found pictures from Universal. In the Lego in the Lego like game, and in the actual Harry Potter, it's a very tiny shop. So I didn't account that at all, and I was like, okay, let's do it bigger. The bigger the better, right? And when I searched like how it looks on the interior, because I was about to do that shop, I realized that it was a pretty tiny and pretty crowded shop, which I totally had forgot about it. Like, it totally slipped my mind. So I was like, oh shit! And that in the previous part took me a long time to make. Because I had to sift the entire Gringotts bank, which you didn't see because I had cut that through. It was really boring and no one would like to watch it. So at this episode I realized, oh shit, why did I go and did that? And I had to change that. It is what I did. And I was like, okay, now we have 2 options. To either create a very tiny shop, like a 3 square shop, or shift Gringotts again. And shifting Gringotts is a pain in the ass. Because it's all diagonal and it's not like dragging a wall. Because it doesn't like go one part, it goes like 2 parts further. And it was really annoying. So I was like, okay, shit, we need to do something here. And I was like, okay, we need to do a shop, right? I didn't know what shop to do there. I tried to search for teeny tiny shops, and that's when I actually got the idea on creating like only shopping windows, because I found a few shops that were really scammy, but I didn't really want them in like the main area. Because basically this is the main area that you see the Gringotts. You walk and you see the Gringotts, and you see all the big shops and the fancy shops, and this is basically the first impression that you will get if you walked in a street. Like, you want to be bedazzled. And having a scummy shop that would sell second-hand clothes, which I couldn't really do because I cannot put any more like models, clothing models, what's their name? I don't freaking recall. I couldn't do that, so I found like we could do like small people who would sell stuff in, you know, like shopping carts, but then I realized it would have a huge gap between the buildings, and the one is like a 3-store building and the other one is a 2-store building, so like, why would you have that between all the shops? It's really ugly. So I decided to be like, you know what, I saw actually like in Universal some sort of plant shop, and I've done a similar one in Hogsmeade too. So I was like, you know what, it's gonna be a plant shop because it's, you know what, it's plants. Who doesn't want a plant? So that's what I tried to do, and I tried to like make it really cool. Like, it's really different from the one that I did in Hogsmeade because we now have the backyard expansion pack, staff pack. So it looks really homey and really green, and you would imagine that it's filled with bags. And I really like it, to be honest. So yeah, it's a shop that I basically was like, you know what, meh, why not? Why not? And I did it, so like, sure. And I wanted to sell like more flowers and not like actual plants, because it would be like, you know what would be a great idea? Let's go to Diagon and let's buy a plant. Like, unless they were like dangerous plants as the one in Hogsmeade that I tried to do, that wouldn't make sense. And this is on the main street of Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley. So I really wanted it to be like, you know what? You're walking down the street with your wife and your kid, and you see that shop, and your wife is like picking a wand with your son or daughter whose first year is in Hogwarts, and you're like, you know what? Let's get her a flower, like a bouquet of flowers. So I don't know. That's what I did. I really wanted it to look like a quality shop, like fancy and stuff. So as you see here, I decided to like get more space for Flourish and Blotts, sorry, flows there. Because it really has depth as a shop, even though it's tiny, and it's so packed with books. And we straight up only have 3 types of books in the game, so that was really annoying. We have like the ancient tomes, the books that are stacked in like one next to the other as some sort of shelf, and then the books that are straight up stacked one upon the other. So it was it's really generic. It doesn't have like much variety, but it's so cramped as a shop, and I really like that. You will see eventually everything will come together, and I really like it. So on the top floor you will see in the actual Flourish and Blotts like more books, and I really wanted to create that freaking cramped feeling, full of books shop, but you can't actually go to that floor, and it's mostly because you won't, like, you can go there, but you won't have anywhere to go there. I didn't really want to take space from the other shops to create like a walking area here. I wanted to just create this cramped area. In reality, you would be able to go there, right? You would be able to go like across the railing or really get tied up there, but in The Sims you cannot do that. Even though I put like a 2-width staircase, because I originally haven't thought of that, and I was like, in 1-width staircase, and with the bookshelves there, that I really wanted to incorporate them, to have a wall full of bookshelves. you won't be able to walk in, but I didn't really thought about it. So yeah. In the back there are a lot of books that are like a stack. So I kind of tried to create that. And that first book that I put with like the lady, I guess, truly reminded me of the book Rita Skeeter wrote about Dumbledore. So I was like, oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. So I tried, in my mind, for the books to make a little sense. So the lady in my mind is the one that Rita Skeeter wrote. The other one with the plants is like that creepy maybe book that they had to buy in year 3, I think. Yeah, I think it's year 3. Yeah, it is. With the monsters, like the Monsters, Book of Monsters, something like that. So I tried to like make them make sense as of like the classes that were taught in Hogwarts. So yeah. Yeah. So there's that. I don't think that I do anything else. Like the video is pretty much over, so I don't really know what else I'm doing. Apart from putting a lot of books that I try to like make sense of, I don't know. These books, this is the only reason why I wanted to put like these bookshelves there, the black ones, is because I want you to like be able to buy something from that shop. Not everything to not be able to be unbought, because when I try to build like Harry Potter buildings, I try to imagine as the person playing that. And if you were doing that in a Let's Play, let's say, and you would go there and you'd be like, okay, now let's have Harry go buy his books from Flourish and Blotts. And there would be no books to buy. You'd be like, well, shit. So yeah, I'm trying to think like the player's experience. I know the ice creams, you won't be able to buy them. But then again, you can make ice cream, so that's a win, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It took me a long time to actually pick the wallpapers on that. But we're almost done here, so hooray! Thank you so much for watching this episode. In the next episode, we're probably not going to do Quidditch supplies because I'm trying to avoid that. I'm not in the mood to create costume items, to be completely honest with you. And I don't want to mess with Gringotts because I'm afraid if I have to change it again. But yeah, we shall see. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. I would gladly read them. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you will have an amazing day and take care. Bye.